And we are live. So, what's up, you guys? We are Godzilla fan freaks, and welcome to Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. Yes, nobody waiting, nobody on in here yet, but that's okay. Hopefully, we get some people to chime in. Of course, I got my regulars and everything like that. Uh, and just hope everybody's having a great week. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday, having a good day. Today, on today's menu, we will be, or at least I will be watching in the background. I picked a legendary film, so Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So that's what I'm going to have on in the background today. And we're just chilling, some stuff to talk about, If you guys saw my box day or, package day earlier in the week, that was a lot of fun. Got a couple things in from Cavity Colors, and then got a pin from Ghost X Ghost. So lots of goodies, and I see we got one person on in here and one like. Thank you very much. Like always, you guys, atomic blast that like button. It helps out the algorithm and all that good stuff. So some interesting stuff going on. Kind of don't want to get too started without there being more people in here, but if there's one person in here, again, thank you very much for being here. Let's see what's been going on as of lately. As far as me myself, I guess I could start by talking about kind of where the direction of the show is going. If you missed last week's episode, Kaiju Chill Clock episode 45, the Graveyard Shift. If you guys missed that episode, Kaiju Chill Clock moving forward is only going to be on YouTube. So, kind of the way I do the Graveyard Shift, that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be YouTube. I'm not going to transition over to Facebook. I'm not going to transition over to Instagram. I've just come to the conclusion that, I'm just going to keep the show strictly to YouTube. And that's mainly because a couple weeks prior, Facebook finally was hammering down on me and decided I couldn't do what I was doing anymore after a year of already doing it. Facebook was just putting the hammer down, and it just didn't make any sense. Even though I always put a copyright disclaimer in the video itself and in the description, Facebook was still just like, nope, can't do that, even though that was their one rule that said that'll pretty much keep you safe. So they lied about that. So, moving forward, Kaiju Chill Clock is just going to be here on YouTube. It's probably not going to be on Facebook or Instagram anymore. I will leave Facebook and Instagram to my normal posting of memes or just posting in general, or, doing some little funny things here and there. I've been trying to get a little bit more creative on Instagram, and I think it's been working. So, see, we got 4 people on in here. Thank you very much for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill Clock, episode 46. Don't forget to atomic blast that like button, please. Helps out the algorithm, all that good stuff, and just really appreciate the support. Again, today we are watching in the background Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019 legendary film. And just been talking about stuff, direction of the show. Again, Kaiju Chill Clock, just going to be sticking to YouTube. Hope you guys have been enjoying Figure Talk Tuesdays. I've been having a lot of fun pumping those out. That's been a lot of fun lately. And so those have been being received well. I guess announcement for those of you who are here. Next video, since I don't have any figures or anything to review or whatnot, that's kind of slowed down again. So content is going to kind of fluctuate a little bit. But my next video that I'm putting out, I am working on the collection video. So this coming week is going to be collection video time. So you guys will get to see the entire collection. So you guys are getting to hear that first. Next video is the entire collection. So getting that put together, should have that wrapped up and everything by tomorrow. And then I'll edit and everything over the weekend and whatnot, and get it all ready to upload late Sunday night, early Monday morning. So That way you guys are prepared for that and can be excited and hyped for that, because I know everybody in this community loves collection videos. So that will be the next video coming out. And then that might be it as far as like videos go, for at least a minute, because again, I don't have any new figures or anything like that coming in. Nothing crazy. I'm surprised I haven't had any comments yet, unless YouTube's just not telling me anybody's commented. No, just 4 people on in here. Nobody's commented yet. Guys, like always, if you want to, ask me any questions. That kind of helps the show roll on, just because there's only so much I could really talk about. Of course, later on in today's stream, we always do a room tour, stuff like that, kind of give you guys Kaiju Chill Clock almost has its own little collection video in it every week. Just because, walking in the Kaiju cave and stuff like that, maybe you guys see a figure, you guys want to ask about it, whatnot. I'm always down to answer questions, all that good stuff. As far as updates and stuff for the Tucson Kaiju Festival that I'm throwing together again, it's kind of slow going right now. Not a lot of updates coming through, but still actively working on, getting vendors together, getting the schedule and everything together. Yosh is working on the poster. I contacted him the other day, and he actually said that he is going to probably have the poster done towards the end of July. That's his deadline that he set for himself, that he'd like to have the poster done by. So, poster done by the end of July for the Tucson Kaiju Festival, so that's going to be really cool. And other than that, there really hasn't been a whole heck of a lot going on. As far as any news and updates on anything else, if anybody knows Titanic Creations, if you don't, go check them out, titaniccreations.com. And I'm going to turn this down a little bit just in case it's clashing with me. And their Gorgo figure's doing awesome right now. That is all I can say. They're almost at 700 orders, which, if they reach 750 orders, they're going to give us another head with not a electronic light up effect, but it's going to be like a glow-in-the-dark eyes. So that'll be the last tier to unlock if we get to that 750 orders. I am really shocked that, the Kaiju community has come together and is pushing this project. That is just awesome. Really happy for Titanic Creations that they are hitting a success with the Gorgo license. This is really good for Gorgo and Gorgo fans, Kaiju community fans, all that good stuff. Of course, Titanic Creations also has out on their site a plush Gorgo that was designed by artist Matt Frank. So I believe they said 200 are available, and I think last time I looked it was like at 140 something orders. People have ordered, which I ended up getting one myself, so I'm getting a plush Gorgo. So I'll have a plush Gorgo here out on the couch. That means Bowser here won't be alone on the Kaiju couch. He'll have a plush Gorgo to hang out with him. But so looking forward to that. This week also, I will be putting in my personal order for the Gorgo figure. I have yet to do that. Kind of just been doing the waiting game with it, just seeing how far orders get. Plus, the deadline for ordering the Gorgo figure is May 31st. So the end of this month, you guys only have a couple weeks left to get your order in. So if you haven't already, I recommend going and ordering it. I'm going to be ordering mine pretty soon, and just really excited, to get a full-fledged Gorgo figure, and it's coming with tons of bells and whistles already. You're getting the little baby Gorgo, you're getting Big Ben accessory, fighter jet squadron, you're getting the little Bell sub, all kinds of good stuff. And again, if we reach 750 orders over there, they're going to give us another head with glow-in-the-dark eyes. Plus, they said they are going to give us something else that is going to be, it's a secret for now. We have to reach that end goal, and then they're just gonna throw in something else. There's not gonna be another milestone to get. Like, there's not gonna be like this many more orders, then we'll get this. No, if we reach that last point, not only are we gonna get those glow in the dark eyes, but they're going to be giving us something else along with it. I'm really trying to think what that could be. Even I don't know. I've rewatched Gorgo and everything like that, and I'm trying to think, what could it possibly be? I don't know. I don't know if it could be a London Bridge accessory. It could be a battleship accessory. It's kind of hard to tell right now. But we just got to wait and see what that could be. So I'm excited to see if we get that far. So again, guys, that's Titanic Creations. TitanicCreations.com. Make sure you head on over there. Give them your support. Again, they're a smaller independent company. They're up and growing, but getting the Gorgo license and giving us a very nice, detailed, and articulated Gorgo figure, really excited. And again, that Gorgo plush, I believe there's still some orders left if you want a Gorgo plush. So I do recommend that. And we have a comment. Austin Creations, did I see the new 30 centimeter X Plus Shin Godzilla that just got announced? Yes, I did. Looks very, very cool. Am I going to pick it up? Probably not. I have the 25 centimeter Shin Godzilla from X Plus, and in all honesty, that is good enough for me. I want to say I'm a very picky and selective collector right now, just because I do only have so much room left. Like, sure, don't get me wrong, you see some empty shelves over here, back in the Godzilla Fan Freaks headquarters. But rest assured, if I was just buying stuff just to fill those spots, that stuff would fill up quicker than Niagara Falls runs water. So I am a very selective and kind of picky collector these days. I really am just getting stuff that I really, really, really want. And so that's kind of why figures have also kind of been a little dry for me. I've been picking up some of the newer Bandai stuff. Again, a lot of stuff on pre-order still. I got the Mondo Space Godzilla on pre-order, so that has yet to come in. As far as any other figures go, again, I just ordered from Titanic Creations the plush Gorgo, so I'm getting a plush Gorgo, and then, this weekend into next week, I'm going to put in my order for the Gorgo figure from Titanic Creations. So, not a lot of figures coming in, let alone pre-ordered right now. There just hasn't been a lot dropping that I've been like overly excited for. With me personally, a lot of it's great. Again, you have that favorite sculptors line, Godzilla 1974 from X Plus that they showed the prototype of. That's really cool. And I'm trying to think of what else. Of course, X Plus has been pumping out Ultraman stuff too. Lots of Ultraman stuff coming out. But as far as a collector goes, it's like right now things are slow, and that's okay for me. Because even I'm kind of having a hard time getting some of the stuff that I want right now, just because, taxes recently passed, of course, bills and stuff. So I've been slowly playing catch up, and haven't had a lot of extra money for a lot of extra goodies. It's been mainly going towards essential stuff, bills, food, all that stuff, gas. So I'm totally fine that the market is as slow as it is right now. That's totally fine with me, because then that just helps me kind of, again, continue to catch up on funds, and then am able to scoop up some goodies when they do drop. I still do have to pre-order the 2 records from Mondo that Mondo has on pre-order still, the Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 91 soundtrack and the Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla soundtrack. I do still have to pre-order those. I've been kind of slacking on that, but again, I've just been kind of playing catch up. I really haven't had a lot of extra money for things. So hopefully I get those ordered in the next couple weeks too. Um, there just really hasn't been a whole heck of a lot. I see we got 5 people on in here, guys. Thank you so much again for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. Don't forget to atomic blast that like button. Helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm and all that. Helps, this video pop up in people's feeds who may not know about Godzilla Fan Freaks, but look up Godzilla Kaiju type videos. So thank you again so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Just been talking about stuff, and I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. I don't want the show to drag on that badly right now. We're not even 16 minutes in as of now. So again, guys, you guys have questions for me? Austin Creations, that was a great question. Again, that X Plus 30 centimeter Shin Godzilla looks great. A lot of, when you really come down to it, we've gotten a lot of figures from X Plus that include Shin. Not only just the last form, but, the different forms too. X Plus has definitely had a lot of different Shin sculpts, from 25 centimeter to 30 centimeter to gigantic to the Sakai. It's just been crazy. Plus, the gigantic has been reissued in all purple, all red. I think it's even been a resin kit. So that has been done quite a lot. Let me just make sure we're good on the chat, and we are good. So again, you guys have questions for me. You guys have a topic you guys want me to discuss, talk about, give my opinion on, feel free to ask. You guys have a figure that maybe you've seen in a past video that you want me to go grab and talk about, we could do that too. Anything really, Kaiju Chill O'Clock is a go with the flow kind of show, and I can only go so far with what I can talk about. So again, it's all thanks to you guys that Kaiju Chill O'Clock has been doing as good as it has. Austin Creations, I wanted to get the gigantic Shin, but no space for it. Plus, that's a price. Plus, the price tag is big. Yes, I do agree with you. I wish that I got the the atomic purple variant of the gigantic Shin. In all honesty, and the price tag, yes, the price tag is big. Even if you get them for the MSRP, even if you buy them as soon as they come out, it's a big commitment to get one of those gigantic Shins, let alone now in the aftermarket where you're paying over $1,000 for the figure itself. And you know what? In all honesty, those are good, fair prices. Some of the collectors that I've seen post them, they're offering an honest price. Like, it may be like $1,200 or even $1,000, I think was the lowest I saw. It's still an honest price, you know what I mean? Because scalpers and everything like that, you look up the gigantic X Plus Shin on eBay or anything like that, I'm pretty sure you're going to see stuff in the crazy 1,000 numbers, $2,000, who knows? But as far as collectors go, the collectors who have offered them up for sale on the aftermarket, it's been very, very fair. But still, just kind of hard for somebody. You got to really have the funds kind of ready in there to really kind of commit to something like that. It's definitely not. It's definitely not easy. My allergies are kicking in. It's been kind of windy the last couple days, and we've been getting some rain here in Tucson, so it's also been muggy. It's been sticky. I hate that. I much prefer the dry heat of Tucson. If it rains, I need it to rain consistently. Then it starts to feel nice and cool. If it just rains off and on, or it rains sporadically around town, which a good percentage of the time it does, it just makes it muggy, it makes it really humid, and it's just not comfortable at all. So, been having, again, just, weird weather patterns here in Tucson. That's all I can say. So, yeah, no, just been chilling though, you guys. You know, I've just been keeping up with work. Again, for those of you who are here who might have missed it just a little bit ago, the next video to come out of the channel is going to be the collection video. That is going to be the next video coming out on my channel. It's just that time. I actually missed the year, you know, since I did it last year, I already missed it doing it. Like a year has already gone by since I did my last collection video. That's just how fast time has flown. So I'm putting together another collection video as we speak, and that will be ready for me to upload on my normal upload days. So that'll be up either late Sunday, early Monday morning. So be on the lookout for that. For those of you who like collection videos, and feel free to share collection videos around with your friends, because everybody likes looking at those. Maybe they don't know about Godzilla Fan Freaks, maybe they want to see what I have to offer to the table. I don't know, but no, just been doing good. You know, I'm running out of things to talk about. Any questions are helpful. Again, on in the background, I have Godzilla King of the Monsters. Just figured I'd throw this one on. It's been not a huge minute, but a minute since I've seen it. So just figured I'd throw that on in the background for, you know, some background noise and entertainment and stuff like that, because that's tradition on Kaiju Chill O'Clock, is to have a Kaiju movie or just a movie in general on in the background. So I'm still kind of wrapping my head around, guys, we're on episode 46. We're almost on episode 50. That's kind of a decent milestone, at least for a show like this. So again, thank you guys so much for your continued support, your guys' engagement. Again, you guys have kept Kaiju Chill O'Clock going strong for over a year now, and I really appreciate it. So we're almost at episode 50. That is crazy. Monster Report, dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can. Where's Fred? Oh, jeez. Where is Fred? He might be in his cat tree. He might be over here in the tunnel area right here. So I'll see if I can get him out. But he was here on the couch with me to make sure he's not behind me. No. Fred, where you at? Nick's asking about you. Like looking both ways because he could come around either corner here. I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere. He's somewhere. He'll show his face when he wants to. But and then Nick from the Monster Report, good to see you, Kaiju brother. Glad you can tolerate my bad dad jokes. Oh, you know, they're crack, man. I enjoy them so much. Toleration is not a word, because they are enjoyable regardless. So, but thank you guys for being here. Again, don't forget to atomic blast that like button. Appreciate the support. And yeah, we're just kind of going on with the show here. Austin Creations, I want to get a 6-inch Baragon, but I really only have the shelf space for one. Would you recommend Playmates or Bandai? Well, I will help you make a decision right now. So let me go grab both of those figures, and I'll kind of give you just my personal opinions. Cavity Colors, Godzilla vs. Megalon t-shirt. What's up, everybody? All right. So, Austin Creations wants to know, he really wants a Baragon, but which one should he go with? In my opinion, out of the two, I would go Bandai. I would definitely go Bandai. If you're really pressed for space and you really want a nice figure to display, granted, Playmates is good. Playmates is good. There's nothing wrong with the Playmates Baragon. I like them. I do. They both have pros and cons. But as far as looks and everything go, this is definitely the better figure. And you just can't go wrong with Japanese Bandai. So Awesome Creations, I would go with this guy. I believe KaijuLive.com, which is where I got mine. They still have some in stock, decently priced. You know, you're not going to get a better price than Kaiju Live. So that is my recommendation. If you really want to pick this guy up, head on over to KaijuLive.com and order him through there. You know, you're not going to really find a better price than that. Again, you know, shipping is what shipping is. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's going to be worth the money. And again, you're getting it for MSRP, really decent price. Kaiju Live, can't recommend them enough. When I got this guy, that was my first time ordering through them. I've never ordered through Kaiju Live before, so I can definitely give them my seal of approval that you will be satisfied with their service. So, but really, at the end of the day, I would go with the Bandai. Again, Playmates is nice, but there's just something, the Bandai just has a charm to it. You know what I mean? I mean, put it this way. You have Frankenstein Conquers the World Baragon, or you have Destroy All Monsters Baragon. That's basically what both of these are. Granted, Playmates labels this as 1965 Baragon. This Baragon just looks more like 1968. It looks more like the Destroy All Monsters. And again, you get more of a toy look feel out of this guy in person versus you do this guy, which is more, you know, Bandai. It's pretty much a collectible. So that is my recommendation. You know, granted, you know, paint and everything is different, but again, they both have their pros and cons. But it's Baragon. I love Baragon. So I would say get them both. But if you really had to pick, if I was you, this guy wins. If I had the limited space and I only had enough space for one Baragon, Austin Creations, I would get this guy. You will not be disappointed. Again, I believe KaijuLive.com still has them in stock. Head on over there either when you get paid or right now if you got the funds. Go get it. Get it now before it sells out. Because again, once Bandai figures start selling out and start hitting the aftermarket, you're going to be paying a little bit more. So I'd rather get it now versus later. So if Kaiju Live still has them in stock, which I believe they do, pick it up. So that is my recommendation to you. If I was you, get the Bandai. As the Playmates drops out of my hand and hits the bottom of my camera stand. So those are that's my little tad bit for you. So hope I helped you make a decision there, Austin Creations. Again, guys, any questions, anything you want to ask me personally, anything, you know, if you have questions about any future content, anything like that, it kind of just helps the show going. Austin Creations just got the Bandai Ebera, so I was leaning towards them already, but I think you've sold me on it. Dude, get it, man. I mean, I have the Bandai Ebera too. I also got that from Kaiju Live. You know, can't go wrong. The Bandai Ebera is great. You know, when I ordered from Kaiju Live, I got Baragon here and Bandai Ebera at the same time, so they both came together. So I was really happy, but no, I love this Baragon figure. It just it's just great. I mean, the face sculpt, everything. I love the perked up ears too. Just the mold, everything about it is just really, really fantastic. I mean, again, you know, the Playmates, you can't go wrong with Playmates either. But you also just can't beat this guy. There's the Godzilla jump scare. So, anyway, so I'm glad I helped you make that decision. I hope you're able to nab one, dude. You're going to be very, very happy with the Bandai Baragon. That is all I will say. All right. We are about 30 minutes in, you guys. Again, anything's helpful on driving the show right now. You know, I could do the room tour a little early. But again, just the engagement depends how long the show's going to be too. Like the show normally goes for about 2 hours. But it could be less. It really just depends on engagement because there's only so much I can talk about. Kind of already talked about it already. So now I'm leaving it up to you guys to drive some engagement. So questions. Again, you guys want me to talk about figures? Boom. Awesome Creations. Thank you. Again, perfect example. I can do whatever, you guys. I can do whatever. I'm just not going to do handstands and cartwheels. So, I don't know. Nick, are you still here? You have a question? Anybody? Gyro Productions, a crazy kaiju. Hey, what's going on, man? What's up? Monster Report. So here's a question that has nothing to do with kaiju, but it's bothering me. Okay? Why doesn't Tarzan have a beard? Dang. Legit question there, Nick. But are you leading into a dad joke, or is this legit? Because I feel like you almost have a follow-up here. But that is a good question. Why doesn't Tarzan have a beard? Why doesn't Tarzan have crazy facial and body hair? I mean, he has no really way to cut it unless he has like a really sharp rock and he can do it that way. And then Monster Report said, no dad joke this time. See? You got me always ready. Always ready. Because, Nick, you can be sneaky sometimes. You can be very sneaky, buddy. Every now and then. You've gotten me a couple times where you've gotten me into something and then all of a sudden you throw a curveball at me and it's just like, wasn't ready. So, I'm always on guard with Nick now. But no, that's a very good question. Anybody in the live chat, let's start a discussion. Why doesn't Tarzan have a beard? Why isn't his hair going crazy? How's he cutting it? Are animals helping him do it? Hey, Leslie Chambers, Kaiju Reviews. What's going on, Leslie? Just saying, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Since you're watching 2019, I would like to say that I don't think this film gets enough credit for being a fan-servicing film, which isn't a bad thing. You are correct about that. Yes, Godzilla King of the Monsters gave fans a lot. Again, I feel like this really contends with Kong Skull Island as probably one of the best monsters in the Monsterverse. Kong Skull Island is still kind of top tier for me. This comes in a close second, but now we're getting a lot of questions in. Thank you guys. But yes, this has tons of fan service. It's just amazing. All the kaiju that we get. The music, which again, going into Godzilla vs. Kong, the music was such a letdown. When they did such a fantastic job giving us those classic scores in a modern style, was just amazing. Amazing. So, no, this film it's beautiful. Yes, it's fan service all the way with this film. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Let's see here. Monster Report. Not a dad joke. Or no. He's saying no. A dad joke would be, why didn't the melons get married? Because they cantaloupe. Oh my goodness. Nick, you need to stop, man. Gyro Productions, what's my favorite Mechagodzilla? My favorite Mechagodzilla is probably the most least liked Mechagodzilla. I like Mechagodzilla 93. That is my favorite Mechagodzilla. There's just something about the design. I like his array of weapons. Mechagodzilla 93, Super Mechagodzilla, favorite Mechagodzilla. I just think he's just cool. I just think he's cool. Monster Report. Also love the King of the Monsters soundtrack. Yes, again, soundtrack is fantastic. They did such a good job. Leslie, in fact, I would say this film did more honor to past films and lore and the fans far more than Final Wars ever did, despite Final Wars being made by Toho. I do, Leslie, I'll agree. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And I have no problem with that either, because you know what? I'm not a big Final Wars fan. For those of you that don't know, I've seen Final Wars. I have a copy of Final Wars. Every now and then I've watched it. But you know what? Not my favorite film. I know Goji Fan 93, Chris, he loves Final Wars. And me and him always give each other crap back and forth. Final Wars is... No, compared to King of the Monsters, Final Wars is trash. Okay? Awesome Creations, Holy Waxwork does another pressings of the King of the Monsters soundtrack. Yes, I do agree with you on that. I hope they do too. Actually, I'm going to actually make you a little jealous. I think it's still down there. But locally here in Tucson, one of the stores I've mentioned before is Zia Records. They actually have a copy of that vinyl record. I have yet to pick it up because I think they have a price tag on it of like, I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks. And I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on it this very second. But every time I go in there, it's there. But I haven't been down to Zia Records in a minute. So someone might have bought it. But if it is still there, I do have local access to one once I do feel like blowing that money on something. But I do have some trade for Zia Records. So one of these days I definitely need to get down there and give them my trade items and then get that store credit, and then that'll probably help that hurt a little less. Leslie, also it's both a gift and a curse that this America film did more honor to portray King Ghidorah as an evil badass than a lot of the some more of the classic Godzilla films. Sorry, not sorry. You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. They really treated Ghidorah as like a menace, you know, as he was a huge threat. You kind of got that from the Showa films and then the Heisei, but you really didn't get that menacing, like, I understand what Leslie's saying, and I hope you guys do too, because it makes sense. I do agree with that. Reptile 7876, what is up, man? Monster Report. Today is the birthday of the late I'm probably going to butcher the name, so I apologize. Yoshio Tetsuchiya, the controller from Planet X. And then Takarada and I had to deal with that guy, brought him down with an annoying sound. Oh, okay. Oh, now I see what you're saying, because Nick Adams. Yes, okay. I was trying to wrap my head around the comment because it just wasn't computing up here. But now I get you. Monster Zero movie reference. But, okay, that's awesome. So today's his birthday. Shoot, I should have thrown on Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll watch that one tonight with the wife. I don't know if she's really... I know I've had Godzilla vs. Monster Zero on when she's been around, but I don't know if she's actually ever really watched it. So that might be one to watch tonight. Austin Creations, if you're able to and it's still there, you should definitely pick it up. I believe it's a 3 vinyl set, which is pretty good for about $60. Yeah, I believe it is a 3 vinyl set. Like I said, I haven't been to Zia Records in a minute. I do have some trade to take down there, so I do have to make a trip there eventually. So, but Awesome Creations, I will let you know in a future live stream if and when I do pick that up. Leslie Chambers, as a King Ghidorah fan, it was nice to see him always get the better of Godzilla in this film, and to see him become King of the Monsters after Godzilla goes away just for a little bit was so cool. There's nothing wrong with, hey, there's nothing wrong with that opinion at all. I agree with that. You know, it's kind of cool when, you know, these monsters have been a part of this genre, this cinematic legacy, basically, for years. So every now and then, a monster like King Ghidorah, it's kind of nice to see him get his due. You know what I mean? So yes, in King of the Monsters, it was kind of cool and eerie to like see that happen. So I do agree with that. Just kind of like, in my opinion, in GMK, it was kind of a neat twist to kind of have King Ghidorah as a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, the first time seeing GMK, you guys, we all knew Godzilla was the bad guy, right? Like, that was straight out of the gate. Godzilla's the bad guy in this one. You had the Guardian monsters, and then it was like, wait, King Ghidorah's a Guardian monster too? So you had that, without the first time seeing GMK, you can't tell me it didn't cross your mind. Is Godzilla gonna lose to King Ghidorah? Because he's the good guy. Like, but of course that didn't happen. But the way that GMK was still summed up with the humans and everything was still really good. So no, Leslie, I totally agree with you, buddy. I totally agree. I understand what you're saying. Monster Report, why haven't they made a figure of the Argo aircraft from King of the Monsters? Good question. I don't know. Mainly because I think Legendary is, you know, again, you know, they're all the American-made films, and a lot of the figures that we get here are just the kaiju. You know, they're not really the vehicles or anything like that. Or if they are the vehicles, they're a very cheap plastic, unpainted, like, mold thing. But I do agree with you. It would be kind of cool to get the Argo in, like, figure form. You know, I'd be down with that. Oh, Godzilla's here. It's a classic theme. Turn it up all the way. I wish I could show you guys the footage. Hopefully I don't get pinged for the background music. Alright, turning it back down. Turning it back down. Leslie, seeing Rodan be King Ghidorah's lackey, however, was kind of disappointing. I'm sorry, Rodan shouldn't have bowed to King Ghidorah. All the other Titans, that's fine, but Rodan should have been better. Yeah, Rodan should have been better protected. I do agree with that. It was kind of odd, you know. I really still wish at the end of the day, the one thing that they could have did with this film, with fan service to add on top of the mountains and mountains of fan service that we already have with it, with Rodan, in all honesty, Leslie, they should have given us a Rodan Godzilla team up against Ghidorah. You know what I mean? In all honesty, they should have. Because then that would have been a nice, you know, Monster Zero reference, basically. I don't even care if they did a little bit where Rodan picks Godzilla up and is flying him towards Ghidorah and just plows into him. I wouldn't care how goofy that would be. That would just be an awesome little throwback. So, no, I think we should have got a little bit more with Rodan, kind of. Man, now you got me thinking. Now you got me thinking, Leslie, because even with Mothra in the film, you could have even granted it was Mothra's imago state, whatever, the main form. You still could have had a Ghidra the three-headed monster type, reference battle, basically, if Rodan was a good guy. So there's some missed opportunities there with some throwbacks for sure. Monster Report: the Argo is a lot like a mix of the B-2 Stealth with the Starship Enterprise. I do agree with that. It does have that kind of look. Leslie, how do I feel about the oxygen destroyer scene in this film? I'm in the minority where it doesn't bother me how it was used. But because again, it made King Ghidorah that much more unstoppable. So Leslie, the oxygen destroyer bit. I will tell you this. I agree with you. I don't mind it all that much. It really doesn't bother me. Does it kind of suck that all of a sudden it was just thrown out there? Like, there was really no time to really kind of process it, really. It was kind of just like, we have this new weapon, and we already fired it. It's on its way, and it's called the Oxygen Destroyer. La 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 la. Like, I don't like the way it was necessarily executed in that sense, but it also just, it's not enough for it to really, like, bother me. So I do agree with you that, yes, it's really not. I'm with the minority with you. It doesn't bother me as much. It did make King Ghidorah seem that much more unstoppable. But it also just does make sense that the oxygen destroyer would not work on King Ghidorah because, again, just like his origin, King Ghidorah, even in this movie, is from space. There's no oxygen in space, so it would make sense that it wouldn't affect him. Leslie, I agree with that, but seeing adult Mothra fight Rodan in an aerial battle was a cool thing to see. It's something we've never seen before in past films. That is true. This movie pretty much gave us the very first ever Rodan versus Mothra fight. That is true. Monster Report: the scene where they are trying to escape Antarctica while the Titans are fighting reminds me of Escape from the airport scene from Gamera and Legion. Didn't really think about that before, but now that you said that, Nick, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see, Monster Report. That was a cool battle that hasn't been seen before. Oh, he's replying to Leslie. That is true. Yep, that was the first. This film gave us our very first Mothra versus Rodan fight. That is very true. Austin Creations saying, in the art of the King of the Monsters book, there's concept art of Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan all coming to fight Ghidorah with the military. Interesting. I've never seen that. Of course, I don't own that book. But I'll have to look that up. I'm pretty sure I can find like an image on Google or something. But that's really cool to know. Did not know that. Thank you guys so much. I just saw that I think we had 8 at one point, but now it dropped down to 6. But thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, atomic blast that like button, please. Helps out the show, helps out the algorithm, really. And I just love seeing the support and that you guys enjoy what I do with Kaiju Chill O'Clock every week. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. We're just having a good time discussing the movie that I have on in the background today, which is Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019. So I'm having a great time discussing this with you guys. The show was kind of dragging there to start, and now it's picked up, and I appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. Reptile 7876, I like that they changed Godzilla's design in 2019, giving him the 54, basically bigger dorsal plates, fixing his feet a little bit. I hope they keep the same design in Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. I'm pretty sure that they will, just because it would be weird at this point, I want to say, to really change Godzilla's design, especially since, he looked this way in 2019, he looked this way in Godzilla vs. Kong, and so now to change it again after it's been in 2 movies, I feel would be not a good thing unless it's a really good change that a lot of us aren't expecting. But considering the way that Godzilla looked in that first 2014 film, I believe that it's it's okay to be like, okay, this is what he looks like now. You know, that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. So hopefully he does look the same. Let's see here. Leslie, question: which Godzilla entrance do you find more epic? The 2014 airport scene or the 2019 scene where he arrives in Antarctica to fight King Ghidorah? Leslie, without a doubt, the Antarctica scene. Okay, as cool as the 2014 scene was, because this was Godzilla after how many years, and of course being done by America and everything like that. It was the first big reveal of Godzilla after all these years and everything. All honesty, I still have to go with the Antarctica scene, just because the music just puts that, it puts that cherry on the top, and you just can't, you just, in my opinion, it just beats out the 2014 entrance by more than a milestone. Monster Report, we'll have to shoot a Godzilla alert video in Tucson. Show me the landmarks we need to put the big G in and the background of. Ooh, Nick, that would be cool. Yes, because everybody, if you don't already know, the Tucson Kaiju Festival that I am bringing back this year in November, Nick is coming from Indianapolis. The Monster Report will be here in Tucson, Arizona for the Tucson Kaiju Festival. So you guys can expect Nick to do some great video coverage and stuff of the festival himself. Nick even has a spot doing his own panel, allowing, you know, him and Chris, Goji Fan 93, to do some panels. So, you know, thank you guys for being here. And Nick, again, thank you for your support. Nick has even offered to bring like a screen, projector, mic, whatever. You know, I know Nick's bringing a lot of stuff that is going to be useful. So Nick, thank you all so much. I can't wait to see you, your kids, your wife, your whole family, man. Can't wait to see you all. Gonna treat you guys to some good food for sure. Again, there's gonna be, you guys know there's gonna be an after party here at the Godzilla Fan Freaks headquarters. You guys just know there's gonna be an after party here. And you know, having me, Goji Fan 93, and the Monster Report all in the same room, who knows what's gonna come out of the Godzilla Fan Freaks headquarters. All of us are probably gonna be doing videos simultaneously. So, no, I cannot wait. I am so excited. You know, I'm excited to throw it together, and I'm just as excited to just have friends in town. And thank you guys so much for just supporting it the way that you guys have. It's going to be epic. Monster Report said it right there. TKF, Tucson Kaiju Festival, it's going to be epic. So I absolutely cannot wait. It's just going to be a fun, kaiju-filled, city-stomping, atomic blast of a day. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So it's going to be so much fun. Monster Report, though, I did miss that comment. Monster Report actually said the 2014 reveal for him he likes better. Interesting. Very interesting. Again, I can see why. It makes sense. You know, it does. But the Antarctica scene for me is just, the music, all of that together just kind of puts the cherry on top. That's just me. Let's see here. We're almost an hour in. Thank you guys for the engagement. I'm having a really great time. I'll announce it again here just because we're a little bit more into the video. I know I announced it earlier and kind of talked about it. Not going to touch on it as much. But moving forward, you guys, Kaiju Chill O'Clock is only going to be on YouTube. Facebook was giving me issues. And Instagram has kind of been like the bottom of the barrel as far as engagement goes, so I've kind of let that go a little bit. I still might do live videos on Facebook and Instagram rarely, but it won't be Kaiju Chill O'Clock, you know what I mean? It will just be like a fun little thing, maybe. But Kaiju Chill O'Clock is just going to mainly be here on YouTube moving forward. So pretty much after my 2 hours today, I'm kind of done. You know, just gonna be hanging out, chilling for the rest of the day. I do actually have some stuff that I'll show you guys here in a little bit when we do a room tour right now, actually in a few minutes. Let me catch up on these comments here. Monster Report, did I ever see the Cinema Sins video on 2014? Yes. Yes, I did see the Cinema Sins video on 2014. Reptile 7876, do you think Godzilla will do a classic roar in the next movie? I hope so. Again, from going from Godzilla King of the Monsters here to Godzilla vs. Kong, again, I feel they missed a lot of things with. Granted, Godzilla vs. Kong was still some fan service. It was just a, kaiju bonkers crazy battle movie. But the music in Godzilla vs. Kong was lacking, especially from how good they did in 2019. So, all I gotta say is for this next movie, Godzilla, Kong, the New Empire, whatever it is, I definitely want to hear some of the classic scores again, modernized that we've come to know and love. I want to hear those, and that's basically it, and just give us another good kaiju flick. You know what I mean? Give us another good kaiju flick. That's it. That's all. Godzilla vs. Kong did a good job of giving us kaiju fights that weren't so obstructed, I want to say. Godzilla 2014 and even Godzilla King of the Monsters, they both suffered from the kaiju fights being obstructed or interrupted by a little more lengthy, human scenes and stuff, which I don't mind. I don't mind human characters or the human plot part of the story at all. That really helps drive the movie for me. But I just want to see kaiju fights nicely lit, not obstructed by snowstorms, flashing lights, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see a nice, good, clean kaiju fight. And I feel like Godzilla vs. Kong delivered on that for sure. So, as long as they stick to that formula, give us a good soundtrack, I think we'll be alright. And, but yes, having Godzilla, do a classic, having a classic roar, at least in some parts, kind of like in 2019 here. There are some scenes where Godzilla kind of has a classic roar mixed in with his modern roar. So, I'm totally game for that. Yes. I hope that we see that, Reptile. Leslie, make Goji fan watch King Kong Escapes at the after party. Just duct tape his ass to the chair and strap him down. His head, oh my goodness. Leslie, guess what? We're going to do that. Nick, you heard it here. We got to sit Chris down and he's got to watch that fantastic film, which is King Kong Escapes. He's got to watch it and we're going to make him love it. So, Nick, we have some work to do. And then Nick just asking Leslie if he's on the road right now, because Leslie is a truck driver. And Leslie, if you are on the road right now, hey man, thanks for chiming in, thanks for typing. I know Leslie's not one to text and drive or however that would work. I know that for sure, especially being a truck driver. So I'm pretty sure if Leslie's not driving, he's either at a rest stop right now or he's at home. So, Leslie, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, so much. Reptile 7876, if they team up, which I'm assuming they will, I would love to see the 62 theme remastered. Reptile 7876, I'm game for that. I'm game for anything 62 because Godzilla 1962 is my absolute favorite. I love Godzilla 1962 so much. Oh man, you're making me want to watch the original King Kong vs. Godzilla now. I'm going to have to ask my wife tonight if she's up for a double feature. Maybe we'll watch Godzilla vs. Monster Zero and we'll watch the original King Kong vs. Godzilla. I think that would be an awesome double feature for me and my wife tonight. I think she would enjoy. Because my wife has seen some Godzilla movies. She's not, like, invested in it. She likes Godzilla. You know, a lot of the legendary movies, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, stuff like that, she went to go see with me in the movie theaters. So she's seen all the new stuff. And in all honesty, my wife's favorite Godzilla movie so far is Shin Godzilla. My wife, she loves Shin Godzilla. She thought that was such a good movie. And I have no problem with that either. I liked Shin Godzilla too. So, but my wife hasn't seen all of them. My wife has seen the original and bits and pieces of others here and there. And of course, Shin Godzilla she's seen the legendary films, the Monsterverse. So she's familiar with some of the characters. But yeah, no, I think that would be a fun double feature if she's down with it. Who knows? Sometimes my wife is watching, she's just not active, so I don't even know if she's actively watching right now while she's at work. Because sometimes she's told me she does that. She'll just throw it on and she'll put her earbuds in as she continues to work on the computer or whatever she's doing, just to watch me and watch the show and give it a like. And so I appreciate that. So honey, if you're watching, love you and I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you when you get home from work.
Which way to the hangar? I can show you.
So with that, guys, we're just a minute over an hour right now. How about we do a room tour, stuff like that? You know, walk around the Godzilla Fan Freaks headquarters. Fred's here, so Nick will get a chance to see Fred too. So anybody else who wants to see Fred, you'll get to see Fred. And let me go ahead and rotate the camera here, just so we don't deal with any footage, even though there's footage. Boom. Okay. Let me go ahead and get you guys unplugged. Of course, you guys always get a nice view of Snake Mountain. Oh, here it is. The Oxygen Destroyer. There it is, the Oxygen Destroyer. Let me grab my Baragon figures here so I can put them away. And there's Fred. Fred, say hi to Nick. Alrighty. Let's get here in the Kaiju cave here. Let me go ahead and set these guys back up. There we go. Alrighty, you guys. Like always, here we are in the Kaiju Cave. All tons of goodies to look at and whatnot. Let's see. Monster Report. Watch Invasion of the Astral Monsters subtitled. It messes with your head hearing the Japanese words coming out of Nick Adams' mouth. Oh, dude, I know. That is such a trip to me. That is such a trip to me. Monster Report. Footage, I'm reporting you. Oh no. Oh no, please don't. Fred disapproves. Austin Creations, good question. What is my favorite Kong figure? Considering I don't have a lot of Kong figures, here is mainly my Kong dedicated shelf. I think the only other Kong I have outside of here is this guy, which actually, with Nick Adams here from the Monster Report, Nick Adams actually sent me this guy. None of my stores had this guy in stock, and Nick was nice enough to be like, hey man, they got one, you want one? And I was like, thanks man, and he sent it off to me, and he is proudly displayed. So again, Nick from the Monster Report, thank you again. I really, really like this guy. This is a good solid Kong figure. Granted, it's Playmates, But you know what? I love the face. I love the sculpt in general. You know, he's got the axe. Plus, he's got the lights and sounds, you know? He's got the light up eyes and sound gimmick. And what I really liked about it was I already had the Godzilla. So it's like I needed the large scale lights and sounds Kong to go with him. It just felt incomplete. So I have both of these figures, which I love both of them. Godzilla's great. The light up feature on Godzilla is fantastic. The light up feature on that figure is fantastic. So yeah, both those figures I'm really, really happy to have. But as far as a favorite Kong figure goes, out of what's down here, it's kind of a toss-up for me. I really like the Raimundo King Kong because, again, I am a King Kong 62 fan. I love anything 1962. That includes King Kong. I really, as much as people gripe on that Kong suit and its raggedy ass, I don't mind it at all. Like, I think it looks all right. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. King Kong Escapes, in my opinion, looks worse. But I do like Kong 62. Especially in figure form like this, he's just a really scary, menacing looking King Kong. You know what I mean? So I'd probably have to give it to the Raimundo as my favorite. But my second favorite, in all honesty, I like the Bandai Mechanicon. The Bandai Mechanicon is, he's right up there too. Like, I love Mechanicon. Again, I don't think King Kong Escapes gets enough appreciation and love. Kind of like Leslie said. I think we're going to have to, make Chris like this movie. When we're here and we have Chris sitting down watching King Kong Escapes, I'm going to have him hold on to this figure, kind of like a kid at a movie theater. Like, here's your little toy, you know. So if Chris ever watches this, he's going to be like, oh my goodness, you guys. So I might have to message Chris later, or if you want to message Chris or let him know, we're talking about him on today's show. Let's see. Godzilla Train 1090. King Kong Lives is amazing. You know what? I am one of those people. I grew up with King Kong Lives. It was one of those kaiju movies that I did. My dad actually recorded it on TV for me. I think he recorded it on like TNT or something like that back in the day. But King Kong Lives, again, despite what people say about that movie, I don't mind it as a sequel to King Kong 76. Again, King Kong 76 is my favorite Kong movie. I love that King Kong story. So King Kong Lives is not bad. And then Godzilla Train 1090. Hello, Kaiju family. Yes. Yes, thank you for being here, Adrian. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Godzilla Train met King Kong Escapes. Okay, well, I agree with you with that too. I love King Kong Escapes. King Kong Escapes is fantastic. King Kong Lives is boo-boo water. Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm going to get roasted. I'm sure if Leslie's still here, he's probably typing a huge ass comment like, Everett, you like King Kong Lives? What a loser. I like what I like, guys. But you know what? That's what I like about all of you guys is like personal friends, fellow content creators, just the community that we are. We may give crap to one another every now and then, but you know, in all honesty, we all know it's all fun and games, and that's what it needs to be. You know, we all know, we all laugh. You know what I mean? Like nothing affects us, and that's what I love about all of us, you guys. So Godzilla Train 1090, Adrian, Nick, Monster Report, Leslie, all of you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Stay the way you are. Godzilla Train 1090, I won't roast you. You like what you like. Thank you. Appreciate that so much. But yeah, no, guys. So we're just hanging around here. We're almost an hour and 10 minutes in. Again, you guys have any questions on any figures, or you guys want me to take a look at a figure or talk about a figure? Any questions or topics you have that you want me to touch on? That's fine too. I think it's time for our Mechagodzilla Activate. Bam! Do. My only flying jet Jaguar. Just this little guy right here. One of these days, I think I need to paint this guy just to give him color. He actually came as a bonus with my YMSF Megalon. And I got that at G-Fest a good number of years ago. I think it was... Because there's G-Fest. I think it was this... No, I got my YMSF Megalon my very first G-Fest, I think, which was G-Fest 20. So, I got him at this G-Fest. I've only been to 3 G-Fests. I know a lot of other people probably have a ton more of those tags. But, speaking of, my lanyard, I hope you guys like the way my lanyard's looking as of lately. Again, Ghost X Ghost have been putting out awesome pins. I got their Hedra pin. I got the Gigan pin. One of my other favorite movies, They Live. I got that pin. This Hedra pin came from Holy Mountain Printing a long time ago. I have a Cavity Colors pin. I have an Ultraman pin. There's the new Baragon pin from Ghost X Ghost. I have this monster hand crushing a VHS tape pin. And then down here I have a Godzilla 1984 pin. And then underneath that I have a Jet Jaguar face pin. So I really like the way my lanyard's looking. It's looking really pretty. And of course, Ghost X Ghost just dropped their Megalon pin. I'm going to be getting that Megalon pin, and it's going to go somewhere. But that Megalon pin looks amazing. Godzilla Train 1090. This will be my first year. I can't wait, dude. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. G-Fest is fantastic. G-Fest is great. You're going to have a blast. Try not to spend too much money. Again, my first year at G-Fest, Adrian, if you really want to know, and if anybody else really wants to know or doesn't know already, because I know I've mentioned it in the past, my very first G-Fest, I made some decisions. I got a lot of stuff that I was hunting for, but I also prepared for G-Fest. I was like, I know I'm going to spend a buttload of money. There's a lot of stuff that I want to get that has been on my get list for a long time. So it's and everything I got at my very first G-Fest haul video, you guys go all the way back to my very first video here on YouTube. It is my G-Fest haul from my very first G-Fest. So all those things that I got in that video were all things I really, really wanted to get. And I spent a lot of money. It was a lot of money. I think I spent close to $2,000 or over $2,000, which is not as much as some people spend. Mike Ross, but still, it's up there. Leslie, well, I'm sure gonna roast his ass. If you think King Kong Lives is amazing, do the world a favor and take your ass to the eye doctor before you kill somebody on the highway, you blind ass. Oh my goodness, man. Reptile 7876. Do I like the Gigan 73 suit? Dude, Gigan 73 is my favorite Gigan. Okay, there's just something about Gigan from Godzilla vs. Megalon. I just like the way he looks. There's just tweaks to that suit that look better than 72. As badass as Final Wars Gigan looks, which is one of the only good things to come out of Final Wars. I do even like Chainsaw Gigan here. But Gigan 73. There's Fred the Loaf. Gigan 73. I love the Gigan 73. Again, Cavity Colors, Godzilla vs. Megalon t-shirt, Gigan 73 right there. I love this t-shirt alone just because of the way Gigan looks. He looks awesome. So I do love Gigan 73. It's my favorite Gigan. The only Gigan like 73 related figure, I guess you could call it, even though it's not exactly Gigan 73. I really do want one of the Gigabrain figures, or Gigabrain figures, however you pronounce that. But the one Gigabrain figure that I want of Gigan is like, it's like a black and like a metallic blue with like blood splatter on the chainsaw and stuff. That's the color variant I want. And that one rarely ever pops up for sale. And if it does, it's always out of my price range. So one of these days, I just hope to obtain a Gigabrain Gigan for a decent price. Because I do want a legit Gigan 73 represented sculpt in my collection. Because the only thing that I have that's kind of close to Gigan 73 is this Bandai America fusion figure. I mean, it may not be exactly, but it's the closest thing that I have to a Gigan 73 look. Again, it's not 100% accurate, but I feel like it's there. So, Godzilla Train 1090, too late. Oh, man. You guys are great. I love you all. Love you guys all. You guys are fantastic. Boom. But yeah, no, I'm actually really happy the way my lanyard's turning out with all the pins. My wife actually got me the lanyard itself from Zia Records, I believe. So then I just ended up putting my G-Fest tags on it, all my pins, of course, and then what else does it have here that I can show you guys? Of course, it has this little tag here. And then I don't think there's anything on the opposite side of that. No. And then a really cool thing about this lanyard is from my buddy Mike. This here is a staff badge, you guys, from Toho Studios. When Toho was at San Diego Comic-Con back in, I think it was 2019 or something like that. And Mike was over there, and he actually got to volunteer to help out Toho Studios. So he got a staff badge, and he passed that on to me. So I have a legit Toho Studios staff badge from San Diego Comic-Con. It's got conversation starters. It says the booth number, booth staff, all that stuff. It's got a QR code. I don't even know if that does anything or goes anywhere anymore. You guys can try it. And then it's got that on the back of that one. That artwork is really cool. And then I have this from my very first G-Fest, which is just saying, and now it's showtime. Drive-in theater, family entertainment, Kaiju Bros, G-Fest 2020-2023. So that is my over-the-top lanyard. Let me see if I can fix it here. I need to set down my camera because now my badges are all twisted around. So now I gotta twist them all around again. There we go. There we go. Awesome Creations, if I had to get an X Plus figure from the Millennium era, not including GMK, what figure would I get? Interesting question. Very good question, because I'm not a big Millennium fan. The Millennium era is my least favorite era. So that is a very good question, Awesome Creations. If I had to get, though, a figure from the Millennium era, it would probably be the Godzilla 2000 25 centimeter, and preferably the Rick Boy that came with like the ship that you could put in his mouth, or the, you know, the boat or whatever it is that you could put in his mouth. That figure, I like the sculpt on that and everything. That figure just came out at a time to where I wasn't really buying a lot at the time because of funds and stuff like that. So I missed out on that figure. But if there was one figure I had to get, it would be that one, because that is a very cool Godzilla 2000. Not gonna lie. Very good question. And I know we touched on it earlier, but here is my 25 centimeter Shin Godzilla. And this is from Goji Fan 93. This was one of his figures, for those of you who remember Goji Fan 93, or, you know of him, or remember his old videos. This is the Shin Godzilla that he created all those, oh, yeah, my Shin jokes out of. So this figure is, it's a very special buy from him. Granted, I got a lot of his collection when he kind of liquidated it all and sold everything. But this is one of those figures that was special to his channel, you know, just because of all those Shin jokes and everything like that. So this is that Shin Godzilla, just so everybody's aware. This is the Shin Godzilla that spawned all the Shin jokes from Goji Fan 93 in that video. All right, guys, we're doing pretty good. Hour 21 minutes in. Not bad, not bad. Again, keep the questions coming. Again, you guys have made me laugh. You guys are awesome. We got 4 people on in here, 4 likes. Again, guys, if you haven't yet already, please atomic blast that like button. It is very much appreciated. Helps the algorithm with the channel and everything like that. Share around, you know, let people know that, hey, Godzilla Fan Freaks does this live show pretty much every week. Check out his channel if you're interested in Godzilla stuff. You know, I love just reaching out to more people. You know, YouTube is never about the money or popularity or anything with me. For me, it's just, it's fun. You know, I started the YouTube channel after my first G-Fest. And it was just something that I just was like, you know, granted, there's a bunch of other people, Rich Iso, Samson West, all these other YouTubers, you know, that create the same type of content, but it's like, you know what? It doesn't bother me because everybody has their own style, and I'm just doing it for fun because it was another door to the hobby. You know, I was like, I could do this. And that's what I've always enjoyed. I've always just enjoyed engaging with people, talking with all of you guys. So, you know, Godzilla Fan Freaks is one of the coolest things that I could have did with this fandom, other than just being a collector normally. You know, I love sharing all of this with you. I love talking with all of you. Y'all are great. So I just want to let you know I appreciate the support and the likes. That just tells me that I'm doing a good job, you know? Or you know what? If you don't like it, then you don't like it. It's okay. You know, I understand I'm not the coolest, most flashiest YouTube out there, but I do my best. And I'm happy with my final product. Tim, what's going on? Sorry for joining so late. Tim, boo, shame, Tim. No, you're fine, Tim. It's okay. You're never late for Kaiju Chill O'Clock. It's okay. Fred's still being a loaf. But yeah, no, you guys, any questions, anything like that, you know, if the show starts winding down right now, that's okay. What else do I have going on? As you guys can see, I have a model kit box kind of ready to be opened up and go. I'm thinking after my stream today, I'm probably going to open this bad boy up and get started on it and maybe finish it today. So I can't get the top off now to show you all the pieces because it doesn't want to come off, but well, let's just do this the easy way right here. Set my camera down. Ba-boom, there we go. So yeah, I might be working on a model kit today. Here are all the pieces. Still all bagged and untouched, but I'm thinking maybe after the stream today, I'll maybe just kick back here and I'll probably put on YouTube out here on my TV, and from there I'll put on Jobby the Hong for those of you who might be fellow Jobby the Hong fans. I like to put on his streams that he puts out on his second channel, like build and chill streams or video game streams or whatever it may be, or where he plays with a figure, learning to transform it, all that stuff. I love watching those streams from Jobby, and I just like having them on as background noise for when I do model kits. So that's probably what I'll do after the stream today. Is I'll probably get that already on YouTube and stuff set up and turn the volume up and sit in here and work on this model kit while I listen to Jobby. That's always something fun that I like to do. So my pile of model kits that I need to do is shrinking slowly. I still have 3 master grades to do, plus another high grade down there. So I'm probably going to finish all the high grades before I even get to the master grades. I need to get a very small screwdriver, though, because these 2 master grades here actually have those little tiny screws involved. So I need a very, very small screwdriver. So that's why I haven't touched those yet. Otherwise, I would have built those already, because one is the Shining Gundam, and then the other is this Gof Custom, which I love both of those designs. They just look awesome, so I can't wait to build them. I've just kind of been slowed down by those little screws. So, but I think the Death Scythe down there, Master Grade, I don't think he has any screws. So, Tim, yes, an eyeglass screwdriver. Yes, basically. That's basically what I would need. But, yeah, the Death Scythe down there, I don't think he has any screws. So, depending on... Because I know I have one laying around here somewhere. I think my wife knows where it's at. I just keep forgetting to ask her to pull it out for me. But if I don't get a small screwdriver in the time being, I definitely am going to finish the high grade down there on the bottom, and then I'll probably do the Death Scythe next, and then save those 2 for last. But I'm really, really excited to build this high grade Zaku 3 custom. I think that's going to be a really fun build, so definitely going to do that after the stream today. Leslie, hey, since the 2019 film had Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah, rank all the films that have these 4 monsters together, from your least favorite to your most favorite. And then Leslie put them on the bottom there: 1964, 1968, Final Wars, 2019. Well, luckily that's easy enough for me to do. So, Leslie, the movies that have all 3 of those monsters in them, I gotta go, number 1, I gotta go Damn. I gotta go Destroy All Monsters. I love Destroy All Monsters so much. One of my favorite movies. So I gotta go Destroy All Monsters. After Destroy All Monsters, gotta go Ghidorah the 3-headed monster for number 2. I mean, I'm just a Showa fan at the end of the day. I love the Showa series. So Destroy All Monsters, and then Ghidorah the 3-headed monster. 3rd place, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Last place, Final Wars. There's my ranking. Great questions, you guys. Great topics. Great engagement. Thank you all again for being here. Just having a great, fantastic time. Speaking of Destroy All Monsters, there is the SY3. And then speaking of Ghidorah, here's Ghidorah raining down hell. Let's see. The only 2019 Ghidorahs I have is the Bandai here. And then down below over here, I got that guy. And then, of course, I have GMK Ghidorah right there from X Plus. 1968 Ghidorah right here from X Plus. My oldest Ghidorah figure is this guy from Trendmasters. And that is the, of course, Mecha King Ghidorah. And of course, you can tell he is missing some parts. He's looking a little rough. He's looking a little rough. From this Godzilla, down here at the end, all the way down and wrap around, that is my childhood, you guys. That is what I grew up with. That's my childhood. That's kind of where all it started for me in my very first figures. So I'm very happy to... I don't have everything from my childhood. I used to have a Trendmasters Biollante. That broke. I used to have a Trendmasters Gigan. That broke. So this is all I have from my childhood right here. This little section. I do have other Trendmasters figures, which if you guys saw Figure Talk Tuesday, but these are not from my childhood. These were bought later in life. But I do have the large Trendmasters Gigan Lights and Sounds, and I have the large Trendmasters Space Godzilla Lights and Sounds. But those are not from my childhood. Those were bought in my later years. We got 6 people on in here, 5 likes. Thank you all for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. Again, we're almost to episode 50. Blows my mind, but it's all thanks to you guys for your engagement, continuing to love this show. And again, it may not be the coolest, greatest live stream out there. It's just kind of just chatting with me and hanging out. But you know what? I have fun. As long as you guys have fun, that's all I care about. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much. Let's see. Leslie here with another question. What is my favorite Easter egg or callback to an old film from 2019? Mine is the fact that they referred to Ghidorah most of the film as Monster Zero. What is yours? Good question. I don't know if it would really be called a throwback, more of a twist on an Easter egg. And the scene's kind of getting ready to happen, like they're setting it up. It's when Serizawa sacrifices himself to revive Godzilla. In the original Godzilla 1954, Serizawa sacrifices himself to kill Godzilla. In this movie, it's reversed. Serizawa sacrifices himself to help Godzilla, power him back up, because he is their only hope. It's kind of an Easter egg, like I said, but with a twist. Is that a fair answer, Leslie? I hope that's a fair answer, because in all honesty, for me, again, it's kind of a callback Easter egg, but again, it's got a twist to it. So I hope that counts. If not, I'll think of something else. Just let me know if that is a good answer or not. But I like that. You know, I like that twist. I like that reverse card. If I probably maybe had to pick something else, I do like the outpost numbers for, like, you know, small details like that, which were small Easter eggs. I do like the outpost numbers representing kind of like the first years that these kaiju, came about. So I do like those references too to the Outpost numbers. I think that's really all I got. Hey, Bobby Reynolds, what's up? Leslie, also, it was a bonehead, dumb, and idiotic decision to kill off Serizawa in 2019 like they did to Cranston in 2014. It would have been cool to see Serizawa be the head of the team in Godzilla vs. Kong instead of her. I agree. I agree with you, Leslie. I agree. It was kind of sad that they did Serizawa the way they did. But in my opinion, it was... Serizawa was done better justice than Bryan Cranston's character, because Bryan Cranston's character, everybody was so excited to see Bryan Cranston in the new movie, and he kind of carried it, mainly his character, until he died. But a lot of people were disappointed that really he dies. Bryan Cranston really wasn't even in a third of the film, barely. It's like, what? So I do agree with you. I do wish Serizawa stuck around. I really wish he didn't die off. Let's see. Hour and 36 minutes in. We're doing pretty good, you guys. We're just hanging out. Godzilla's being revived right now. They're getting ready. He's about to rise up out of the ocean. And of course, we have that music, the score. And he's gonna fire in the air. Reptile 7876. I wish Rodan got more screen time. Do agree with that too. Bobby Reynolds. Not much. Just got home from work. Just chilling on the couch, chatting with you. Well, thanks, man. I hope you had a good day at work. I hope this is something nice to come home to, even though you joined a little bit late. Of course, Kaiju Chill O'Clock. I hope for some of you who might miss it or watch it later, because I don't know if it really has rewatchability, but hey, I appreciate it if you guys go back and rewatch something, because you know what? That means that I did good. So, Monster Report. Why does Godzilla breathe fire straight up in the air? Because he can. Exactly. Dun, dun, dun. Leslie, I know some folks hated the orca, but I thought it was actually a great plot point that basically drove the story forward. I didn't mind the orca. People didn't like the orca? Must be new to me. I don't know. I don't pay attention to a lot of negativity in the fandom these days. It's just pointless to me to pay attention to any of the negativity that fans have. It's just like, okay, you don't like something, you don't like something. Don't drive it into the ground or beat that dead horse, because then it just gets old. But I didn't know that. I would imagine, because there's always people that have issues with things in movies regardless, but I didn't know the orca was that big of a problem. I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was all right. It made sense. It's not like it was just pulled out of their butt, Let's see. Bobby Reynolds. What are my thoughts on I'm going to guess you're saying Five Nights at Freddy's teaser? Are they doing a movie? Is Five Nights at Freddy's really doing a movie? Please tell me they're not. How are you going to do a movie off of Five Nights at Freddy's? Oh my goodness. Whatever they can do to milk a product, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen it. And then Bobby Reynolds just confirming, saying, yep. Yeah, I haven't seen the teaser yet, so I guess I'll have to go watch that. But just from my opinion, not seeing it, I think it's ridiculous. I get Five Nights at Freddy's. I've played some of the games. Not really my type of style game, but I can see the appeal. But man, like, I don't know. A movie on it? Reptile, Five Nights at Freddy's is doing a movie, and I think it comes out this October. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. You know, probably going to be horror-based Halloween, so October seems appropriate. The guy that came up with that idea, though, man, he is just rolling in the dough, I bet. Such a simplistic video game. And it has just all the expansions, all the clones, the merchandise, now a movie. That kid is just, he's probably retired at this point. He's probably younger than I am, most likely. And he's probably retired. Oh my goodness. I need to come up with an idea like that. I don't have the technological mind to come up with a video game. But just the fact that it caught on as good as it did, I mean, good for him. I mean, that's it. Again, good job. That's crazy, man. Like, you basically made it for life after that. We might go over the 2 hours today, you guys, depending on the engagement here. I usually go until the movie's over. And Godzilla 2019 is about 2 hours, I want to say. Might be a little over 2 hours. I know we're getting to that final battle sequence, so... So keep the questions coming. Keep the engagements coming. Again, guys, Atomic blast that like button if you have not already. I appreciate the support. Again, it helps out the algorithm on YouTube. Helps the show pop up in more people's feeds. Check it out. You know, there's still a lot of people when I post in Facebook groups, anything like that for Godzilla fan freaks about Kaiju Chill O'Clock, whatever. There's a lot of people that still have never known to this day that I even exist. So feel free to share around, you know, let people know that this is what I do, especially if they're into Godzilla YouTubers and stuff, you know. I've been doing it almost 10 years. Doing videos anyway. Bobby is interested in the Five Nights at Freddy's. I like the Banana Splits 2019 movies, and Willy's Wonderland is my favorite film. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hey, man, if you're excited for something, that's cool. You know, again, we don't rag on people for liking what they like. You know, you like what you like. I'm just trying to really wrap my head around a Five Nights at Freddy's movie and a plot. But who knows? Maybe it'll impress. Maybe it'll be like one of the best movies of the year. Who knows? There's Godzilla. Getting ready to fight King Ghidorah. I really wish we could get Hedra in the Monsterverse. I think Hedra would be really cool in the Monsterverse. Check on comments. Oh, Leslie put a comment. I'll never understand why the orca gets some hate. It's a one-time weapon that was used for a particular reason in a Godzilla film. No different than the A-Cycle Light Ray, Dimension Tide, D3 missile, etc. That's true. I agree. Monster Report. Favorite guilty pleasure movie of all time. Favorite guilty pleasure movie of all time. Yikes. That's a tough question. Favorite guilty pleasure movie. Man, I gotta go over here and look at my Look at my library. I don't know. Favorite guilty pleasure? That's a good question because there's a lot of movies that I own. Some of them are questionable. Guilty pleasure. So I'm putting under the definition that you mean by guilty pleasure as it's a movie that's not really favored by a lot of people, but a small majority like it. Oh man. Well, if we're talking Godzilla, I would have to go with Godzilla's Revenge. That is a guilty pleasure kaiju movie for me for sure. Man. I'm really trying to think because, again, all movies that I have, I buy them because I like them. This is tough. If I had to do a guilty pleasure, I want to say, out of everything I have, there's really only one thing that's coming to mind right now. If I had a guilty pleasure, it would probably be... Oh, man. Tough choice. Doom? Because I know a lot of people didn't like Doom, but I really enjoyed Doom. Oh, man. Right next to it, I mean, I have Street Fighter, which I know a lot of people didn't like Street Fighter either, but it's become a classic movie and kind of has a cult following. So I don't know if Street Fighter would count. Let's see, that's the new Mortal Kombat, which wasn't terrible. Man, I want to say Doom, in all honesty. I really can't think of anything else. Leslie, we did get Hedra in the Monsterverse, and his name is Bernie because he's an annoying piece of... as far as I'm concerned. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Bobby Reynolds, Nick Cage in Willy's Wonderland is like if Godzilla grew up to be human. Would be that character. Nick Cage in that film kicks butt, takes names, and cleans up. Oh man. Monster Report doesn't need to be kaiju. Yeah, it's still tough. I want to say Doom because I know Doom got a lot of crap. See, and everything over here is footage. Got to be careful with footage. Everything over here is basically kaiju related. So, yeah, I feel like Doom is not a good choice, though. Fred, what do you think? Hey, you just cleaning yourself? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know if Doom's a good enough choice. Man, that's tough. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people don't like the Resident Evil movies. I personally do. I don't have a problem with the Resident Evil films. I don't have a problem with those. I didn't really like the last one, which is down here because that was a box set up there, but the last one, I didn't really enjoy that one as much. It's still watchable, but didn't like it as much.
Godzilla's radiation's reaching critical max. 6 minutes until he blows. Order all remaining craft to retreat.
Leslie, I'll answer that, Nick, because I have a bunch of them that I will never apologize for. Superman 3, good pick. American Ninja, okay. Jaws 3D, Karate Kid 3. People didn't like Karate Kid 3? Really? I like all the Karate Kid movies. I mean, I have this, box set of all of them on 4K. I liked all the Karate Kid movies. I didn't know the third one really wasn't that well received. I don't know. I feel like that may be due because of the new Cobra Kai show. I feel like people appreciate all the Karate Kid movies a little bit more because of the Cobra Kai show. Godzilla's Revenge. Yeah, it's one of my guilty pleasures. Gamera the Super Monster. And then Leslie says, I'll leave now. Bobby Reynolds, what are films that I wasn't looking forward to, and once I saw them, I was surprised that I liked it? That's a tough question. That's a harder question to answer, because if I usually am not interested in seeing a movie, I don't go out of my way to see it. That's a hard question for me to answer. I don't know if I have an answer for that one. I don't think I do. And then Monster Report saying good list to Leslie. And then Bobby Reynolds saying his movie reviewer friend likes Rambo for Life likes Doom. And then Monster Report says Doom qualifies. It's not universally praised. Okay, then my pick would be Doom. Doom, I guess, would be a guilty pleasure for me. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a guy, okay? We like action. We like action movies. Sometimes it doesn't matter if the plot's good or not. If the guns are going bang, bang, and there's monsters and sci-fi elements, it's just the way our brains, at least for me, I don't know. I'm putting like a stereotype out there, but the way us cavemen are wired are, yes, boom, kill the monster, action, metal music, so it's like I've always enjoyed Doom. I thought it was good, especially the ending scene, and that's what everybody agrees on is the ending scene where it's like he's like in the first person and everything like that, and that was kick ass. That was kick ass. Okay, I don't care what you say. That should have won some type of an award. That was awesome. Bobby Reynolds, have I seen Gamer 2009? I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. I'll have to look that up. But, yeah, so Doom would be my guilty pleasure, Again, anything action, I'm kind of a sucker for. I love all the old school 80s action movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, all those guys in their prime, I love all those movies. Demolition Man, the Rambo films are good, Terminator films, all the countless action movies Arnold has been in, Commando. Oh, Commando is like if you need a testosterone boost, don't worry about getting a prescription or something from your doctor. Just watch Commando. Commando is a great freaking movie. I love Commando. Total Recall. The Expendables. The Expendables, especially the first two. Expendables 3, but Expendables 1 and 2, solid good movies. I know it kind of went off the rails, and I haven't seen the sequels. I don't think they're as good, but I did enjoy Escape Plan, which had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, where they're in like that maximum security prison type thing that's like on a ship in the middle of the ocean and nobody can escape. And Sylvester Stallone's character, what he does for a living is test high lockdown prison facility units to see if they are, if people can escape, if they're unescapable. And that's what he does for a living. He puts himself in those prisons, and he tries to find a way out. And so that's what he does for a living, to make sure that the prisons are secured. So Escape Plan, I enjoyed. The first Escape Plan was good. Reptile 7876, what's my favorite video game character? From Red Dead Redemption, you like John Marstron. Okay. My favorite video game character. That's a good question. Well, I don't play video games as much as I used to. Just avoiding the footage. Here's the majority of my video game collection as it stands. My favorite video game character. You know, I've always loved this series, especially the original 3. I have never really was the biggest fan of the direction that the games went now. But the way the God of War series, Kratos and everything, I really, really enjoy. So I want to say if I had a favorite video game character, probably would be Kratos from the God of War series. Kratos is just a badass. He's cool. Again, I really don't like the direction that the games have gone today, which are more of like a RPG stylish. I like the old, action adventure with some puzzle elements type of God of War. So I love the old God of War games. So if I had to pick a favorite video game character, Kratos for sure. So good question. Thank you guys. You guys are picking my brain a little bit. You guys are making me think outside of the box. And I appreciate that. Bobby Reynolds. I love Commando. I love the first 4 Rambo movies, first 4 Die Hard movies. Hard Target. Hard Target's good. Hard Target's good. Let's see. I Come in Peace, and then Deadly Outbreak. Man, I haven't seen that one in a minute. It's been a while since I've seen Deadly Outbreak. But good choices there, Bobby. Very good choices. I agree with you. All right, guys, we're doing pretty good. We're closing in on that last mark. I believe Godzilla... Oh, he's getting ready to, power up. That's what he's doing. We're getting burning Godzilla. He's melting all the steel and stuff around him. And he's about to do his atomic nuclear pulse. Jeez, I couldn't think of the word. It's when Godzilla looks like this. One giant Cheeto. Bobby Reynolds, do I have a letterbox? I do not. I do not. And we got 7 people on in here, 5 likes. Thank you guys again for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. Kind of closing down. The show's winding down. Godzilla King of the Monsters is getting close to being over. So we're going to be wrapping up the show here pretty soon. Thank you all for being here. I had a hiccup that just wasn't coming out. Thank you all for being here. Had a great time. Great discussions. Just had a blast of a time. Again, if you guys haven't already, please atomic blast that like button. Appreciate the support. Helps out the algorithm with the show and all that good stuff. Let's see, Bobby Reynolds. It's a site where you can put films that you love and hate on a list. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that. But let's see here. Well, the film's about to wrap up, so let me just rotate the camera back around. What's up, guys? Instead of seeing me in the mirror, now you see my face. Set you guys down here. And, yeah. And there we go. Godzilla just finished off Ghidorah.
Jesus. I think he's on our side.
For now.
I love that little, like, hint in Godzilla King of the Monsters right there. Like, good thing he's on our side for now. So, anyway, you guys, without further ado, I'm just going to wrap it up. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to atomic blast that notification bell while you're at it. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook. And don't forget to follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Instagram. That way you stay up to date with everything going on and all that good stuff. Again, you guys, Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 46. Had a fun, great time. Thank you all so much for being here. Great engagement, great topics, shared a lot of laughs, and that's what I love. You guys just made my day, and thank you all so much. I'm going to kick back now, probably work on a model kit, and throw on a Jobby the Hong stream and listen to that in the background. And yeah, that's it. So without further ado, you guys, we'll see you later. Footage, Fred, King of the Monsters. See you guys later.